So Threads is currently the most underrated social media platform on the internet, and the funny part is nobody's taking it serious. We've generated over 10 billion impressions on Twitter and LinkedIn for our clients at my content agency. A few months ago, we started secretly posting on Threads, just the same content from our other platforms. If you don't know, Threads is the platform that Zuckerberg launched a few years ago as the quote Twitter killer. It's essentially just like a copy-paste clone of what X has always been. And even lately, they just released the DMs feature and the community notes feature. So they are making like a like-for-like copy-paste of X. And for a short time, people said Threads would be the Twitter killer. You would see all these huge news outlets saying that Threads is the Twitter killer and what is Elon gonna do? And I think it's just because they hated Elon, because after a few months, you never heard about it again. But low-key, over the past few years, they've been slowly gaining their user base. They've been increasing the amount of content creators coming to the platform, and they even just started releasing some new features like the DMs and the community notes. And now the results we're seeing are actually pretty crazy. I'm starting to see more organic reach for small accounts on Threads than I've seen on Twitter or LinkedIn over the last 3 years. We're seeing accounts gain thousands of followers 100% organically with content that we're just repurposing from Twitter. So it's literally the same amount of work for more results. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to blow up your account on Threads, the strategies we're implementing right now to get a ton of organic reach, and then I'm going to give you a quick step-by-step playbook of how you can implement this for yourself today. So even if you downloaded Threads when it first launched, you opened the app, you saw a bunch of posts and were like, okay, this place sucks. That's kind of what I did. I'm going to actually show you a way that you can blow up with the same amount of work that you're doing on Twitter and LinkedIn. It barely requires any additional effort. I'm going to show you how to automate yourself to repurpose the content and let yourself grow in the background. So when Threads first released, everyone on the platform was essentially just like the Twitter refugees. It's kind of like what Blue Sky is now. It was just everybody who hated Elon Musk downloaded Threads, said this is the Twitter killer, or people were saying they didn't want to see any politics, so they moved over to Threads. And at the time, like I said, it was really just a refugee camp. It was super underdeveloped, didn't really have a lot of features. I'd still say it is a little underdeveloped, but it has come a long way over the last few years. And now everything's starting to change. You're starting to see a lot of the big creators, Layla Hormozi, Alex Hormozi, Cody Sanchez, Sahil Bloom, all of these massive creators are starting to repurpose their Twitter content onto Threads and get tons of organic reach. But also what I've noticed over the last few months, and this has been the big breakthrough, is that small accounts, even like mine, have gotten thousands and tens of thousands of views completely organically. This is the one thing that you really don't get on LinkedIn or Twitter, is that organic reach for small accounts. So now I'm seeing clients go viral every single day, completely organically, no shoutouts, no retweets, no anything, just throwing the post there and seeing thousands of likes. We're seeing inbound DMs on the IG inbox, we're seeing inbound DMs in the message request inbox on Threads, and it's really starting to pick up. And one of the big differences with Threads is that they have Instagram to leverage. So if you go viral on Threads, your post can actually make it on the Instagram algorithm. And I'm actually going to show you a few of my posts that have kind of blown up and have went viral on Instagram instead of Threads. So you're actually getting two platforms exposure for the price of one. And another crazy thing is that if you have followers on Instagram, we're seeing roughly a 10% conversion rate from your Instagram followers to your Threads followers. So if you have, for example, 10,000 followers on Instagram or 100,000 followers on Instagram, you are going to get 10% of those running off into your Threads account. Because when you download Threads, it actually prompts you to just follow everyone from your Instagram account. So you're actually going to already start with some followers instead of starting from square one. And the last cool feature with the whole Instagram and Threads connection is that your Threads account will actually show up on your Instagram profile under your handle. So when people follow you on Instagram, if you're already posting reels and carousels, they can click your Threads account and follow you there as well. So again, you're just getting another network effect, an additional benefit for the same amount of work. So I pulled up two of my Threads posts here that did it really well organically. So one of them you'll see got 85% of its impressions from Instagram. That means when I posted this, it was actually going viral on Instagram, on stories, and on the Discover page rather than the actual Threads algorithm. So I'm actually benefiting from two algorithms at the same time. And now with this other post, you'll see that 97% of the impressions came from the Threads homepage. So that's where all of my impressions were coming from, the Threads algorithm. So you actually get two chances to go viral, both the Instagram algorithm and the Threads algorithm. And now if you're repurposing it from X, you get 3 algorithms. And if you repurpose it to LinkedIn, you get 4 algorithms. So you're actually just getting tons and tons of extra benefits for the price of one piece of content. And I'm going to show you in a few seconds how to actually automate that. So the way I repurpose my content is automated with a tool called Hype Fury. You can do this probably with a bunch of tools, but this is the one that I like. And if you go over to your settings and you get into the connections, you can actually go here and connect your LinkedIn account, you can connect your Threads account, and you can connect a couple other things that I don't really use that much. And what it allows you to do is when you go over here to the queue and you'll see some of this content by the time this goes live, you could just go search how it did. You can see that I can actually repurpose this content to multiple platforms. So for example, I have like a LinkedIn native post, I got Twitter and Threads posts. And the way you do this is after you schedule a post, you can click this little 3 dots here and you can click enable Threads cross-posting for all queued posts. So you literally one click are going to get all repurposed content from both Twitter and Threads. And if I really wanted to, I can also click the post, click this little drop down and add LinkedIn, add Instagram, add Facebook. Me personally, with my strategy at the moment, I am doing native LinkedIn posts separate from my Twitter and Threads posts. I just feel that they have kind of a different context and a different vibe. So now I'm going to break down a 3-step game plan of how you can get started with Threads right now. Step 1, you're going to want to write 3 posts per day. I recommend doing 1 short form, 1 long form, and 1 multimedia. Think videos, memes, charts, pictures, etc. Step 2, you're going to want to cross-post it on both X and Threads, and you're going to use the Hype Fury automation that I just mentioned to do so. And step 3, this is optional for the people who have time to put in the sweat equity. I recommend replying to 5 to 10 different big accounts in your niche every single day on both platforms. If you just want to focus on one of the platforms, then just do the comments on one of the platform. But I recommend doing this if you are someone that has the time and energy. If you're a business owner and you're watching this, I recommend having a VA do it or hiring an agency like mine. Now, if you need any guidance on how to actually write any of these posts or how to set this stuff up, I highly recommend subscribing to the Birdhouse emails. The link is in the description. We send a weekly newsletter every single week with tons of value and tons of practical advice that you can implement in your business.